Hello everybody, my name is Rakib. Welcome to my channel, The Real Rakib. Let's catch up with the latest gaming news. One of the previous hosts on IGN, or editors-in-chief, can't remember his full title, Colin Moriarty from Kinda Funny, has left the channel. That's the YouTube channel Kinda Funny and Kinda Funny Games. Sad to see one of the founders leave, but it can be speculated he will be following his passion for politics, which is nice. Rumour has it that he is leaving because of a recent incident where Colin made a tweet which could have been misconstrued as sexist. Don't believe it was meant to be offensive. Nonetheless, we live in digital times, and with the advent of SJWs, that's social justice warriors, it's a bad idea to tweet jokes, even if they are innocent, especially on certain days. I look forward to seeing what Colin does next. I'm also not offended by the actions of Greg Miller, like some on YouTube. Greg decided to make a formal announcement denouncing Colin's tweet, more or less. I believe Greg took the correct action in rebuking what Colin tweeted as just bad taste, but not indicative or true to what was said literally. He defended his friend in the best way possible and cited the medium for its inherent lack of contextualization. That's contextualization. I'm sure Colin recognized the need for a public statement, as they are a neutral show in many respects, with fans of all ages, including women. Taking into consideration what has just happened recently to PewDiePie, it's safe to assume that Greg's policy of admitting to fault instead of pretending it never happened is probably the best action that could have been taken. I agree that censoring stuff that may offend people is a dark path to go down. However, it's also naive to not take into consideration that words can be offensive and cause harm, which is why Twitter is a bad idea for making statements as well as jokes. The only analogy I can think of is peeing in a pool. Not illegal, nonetheless ill-advised, as well as no one will want anything to do with you. Or just go by the philosophy, if you have nothing good to say, then think of something good. In conclusion, I think he just wanted to move on and try something else, most likely politics. Let's move on to slightly sadder news. In many respects, Nintendo Switch may finally get third-party support. That's not the sad part. Later this year, by the means of South Park: The Fractured Butthole, the celebrated franchise will possibly be releasing the sequel, The Fractured Butthole, later this year in time for the Xmas period. The official South Park Twitter tweeted it was coming to Nintendo, but with no official confirmation as of yet. This is good news amidst concerns of product issues. Reggie Fils-Aimé and Nintendo have reached out and said that they are happy with the number of product failures, and that they are looking and listening to feedback, as they are happy with the number of faulty products and see it as a similar and in no way different to previous Nintendo product launches. Sadly, there appears to be hardware and software issues that weren't taken into consideration in the design phase as well as testing. It's disappointing to hear that Nintendo rushed the launch of this product with barely working online features and no games prepackaged and a basic cost of around $400 plus, taking into consideration the cost of the Joy-Con charger as well as a Pro controller and at the very least one game. Very disappointing. To add to the downfall of Nintendo, the only game worth buying now has paid DLC coming on top of the lackluster lineup of games. The DLC will also commit the cardinal sin of having all aspects of the game being added, as opposed to just cosmetic options with entire levels and playable characters at a price, an additional price. In conclusion, the Switch appears to be having problems switching up to the modern standards as well as switching on itself, pun intended. The Nintendo management appears to not to be helping with antiquated policies business practices that appear to be a cash grab. I feel sorry for the fans of Nintendo. I've provided links below. Moving on though, is Game in trouble? The store Game or Games, I know they have slightly different names in the US and the UK. The UK is called Game. I want to look at if they're in trouble. So the physical media seller may be in trouble. Physical disc-based game sales are on the decrease, and they have been for quite a while. The game store follows a trend that sees more shoppers going online to purchase their goods and services, and games are no exception, including the game store itself. The game store is probably at the forefront of this changing trend. Reports estimate losses of over 50% of profits and stock prices continuing to fall to historic lows. The narrative coming from the game corporation themselves is that they are reinventing themselves and finding new sources of revenue. It would be great to see them come up with some real innovation, but unfortunately the leadership seems to be non-existent. One of the terrible ideas / innovations includes charging for VR use, even though other stores are happy to provide a free demo. Within the same mall, I might add. Another terrible idea brought forward from the lofty heights of HQ includes making exclusive games. These games can only be bought from their store, which is worrying, as they have no prior knowledge of game making. One of the underlying issues that the store or the game store faces that never really gets talked about is its competition, most notably Steam. Steam being Valve's online platform. With the non-existent or shrinking section of PC games in stores, they appear to have lost one of the biggest markets and is now focusing on the console platforms to close the gap. The future of game may be in hardware, as they aren't able to compete in the software market. In conclusion, game appears to be a headless chicken, sadly with no direction and a business being run by dropout lawyers and accountants. The business lacks imagination and creativity within a gaming culture which has matured and isn't willing to put up with the game's nonsense anymore. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to leave a like, favorite or subscribe. Every click helps. Leave a comment. I'm always eager to hear other views. Until next time, take care.